Well, hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. I thought it would be fun to talk about and visit the Akashic Records. So, what's the Akashic Records? Well, it is a universal record of all past, present, and potential future events. It's an energetic archive where every soul's journey is stored in a universal library. It's like a cosmic database. So if you've been there before, great, but if you haven't, this will be an experience for you. So I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should go and visit the Akashic Records. So 1 would be to gain insight into a past life. So who were you in a past life? How did you die? Did you have any illnesses? Did you bring those illnesses into this life? Or did you have some gifts in a past life and they're beginning to wake up in this life? Or was some unresolved trauma and issue in a past life and you're experiencing the same thing in this life? It just would be really interesting to check that out. And number 2 would be understanding your current life patterns. So this will help you gain insight. So if you're like, wow, why do I always pick, controlling people to date? Or why do I always end up with the short end of the stick? Or whatever this is, or why am I not getting paid my worth? Is this a pattern that you came in with? Is this a pattern that you're here to overcome? And if you're thinking about going for, a job between one job and another, that you might want to go and visit the records and then just go, so potentially if I take, job A, how is it going to look? How am I going to feel? And potentially if I pick B, what does it look like for me? How do I feel about that? So it's a nice place to sit and just kind of gain some insight on that. And then also it would be like about your karma. So how are you doing? Are you learning your lessons? What lessons are you struggling with in this life? Maybe you'll get a revelation on how to handle them differently. What's your karmic debt? Are you erasing it? Did you erase it? Did you come in with karma? Are you working on breaking generational curses? Have you done that? So it would be great to sit and ask that if you'd like. And then of course, number 3 would be you're just going to gain some higher wisdom, higher knowledge, and this will help empower you. And it's just like, it will help you in your spiritual growth. So maybe you're just wondering about something when it comes to the laws of the universe and you're not sure about something, then you can go there and just ask and just say, I'm kind of wondering if this theory or that theory is true, and I'm kind of not sure. And you can sit in there and ask and see what you get from there, from that higher perspective and higher wisdom. Let it download into you. And then number 4 would be if you're struggling with what your life's mission or your purpose or your soul mission, like if you are in a transition, let's say, where you're retiring and you're like, I've always wanted to go and do Reiki with animals or something, and should I just not, or should I? And then if you can just ask like what to do, where to go, and how to approach that. So if you're struggling with, you have a job and you don't really like it and you feel like there's something going to be birthed through you that's bigger, then you can go in there and go like, what are these obstacles, like, or why am I not embracing my soul mission? Or I'm doing my soul mission and I'm feeling kind of stuck. What's going on? That sort of thing. So you can sit with it and ask that. And then number 5 would be your relationship dynamics. So insight on your past relationships, like, did you, were you single in a past life? In this life, you wanted to, see what it's like to have a family and you're kind of struggling because you've never really experienced this before? Or did you have a family and you wanted to be alone? Or did you struggle with, females or males and you are in this life as well? Or maybe you were mean and now you're feeling like in this life everyone's mean to you in your relationships. So just you could see how to heal past traumas. This is not to replace therapy, of course, but you could go in and go, wow, I'm getting an epiphany in here about my relationships. I keep picking people, that aren't validating me, like my father didn't validate me or something. And then you're like, whoa, that was an epiphany. And if I didn't go to the records, I would have just kind of been repeating the pattern. So it can be helpful that way. Now, of course, you want to be mindful when you're approaching the records with reverence. I mean, there's a couple times when I've been there and I was just in a good mood and I was giggling. That's fine. I'm just saying, I just don't want to barrel in and go, give me my records. So you want to have some respect and an open mind and potential for learning. So if you go in there and you're like, I want to see my records, but I already know what this is going to, I know if I take this job, I'm going to hate it. Well, then why are you there? So you have to go with an open mind, open heart, and be open to potential possibilities and new information that you're going to gain. If you're closed-minded, you're not going to benefit from being there. And then, of course, when you go back to the Akashic Records, I'm not saying you need to go there once a week and check in, but every time you're in a transition or you're like feeling stuck, you can go and go, I don't know, I'm just feeling kind of stuck. Is there something I need to know? Can you reveal to me? Am I self-sabotaging, or is it just there's divine timing, I need more patience? So this is going to help foster a more empowering outlook on your life. You're going to trust life's journey a little bit better if you spend some time in this higher dimensional realm and gain insight for your life. So with that, let's go. So I'm just going to ask you to go ahead and get comfortable in your seat. And if you'd like to close your eyes, that's fine. You don't have to. But oftentimes we can get distracted by, the dog or the cat jumping on us, or the washing machine's making a noise. So if you want to close your eyes, that's fine. You don't have to. And then I just want you to, you're going to ask to be taken to the Akashic Records, and I want you to think of a question before you go. Now, if you get there and all of a sudden another question pops into your mind, that's fine. You can ask that too. So what we're going to do is we're just going to envision you going up, and it feels like you're just being pulled up into a most magical place, and it's a beautiful etheric library. So however that library would look for you, but this has like all the records from every soul and all the lifetimes. So this is a grand and beautiful library, and you're going to go ahead and go through the door of the library. And you're going to go in and you're going to be greeted by the librarian, and you can tell the librarian your name, and you're going to ask her, him. I usually see a female, but if you see a male, that's fine, for your records. And she or he will gladly go and retrieve them. Now, if she doesn't retrieve them and you're not feeling anything, sensing anything, then maybe you need to get in a better mind space or heart space. I've had some people say, I can't see anything, I can't feel anything, and they were like really mad at somebody. So if you're going in and you need to make an amends to someone, do that first. But if not, like if you're feeling really light right now and open-hearted and open-minded, then she will gladly get the records for you. So just give her a moment to go and retrieve that for you. And I want you to look around. I mean, it's just so beautiful, and the wood, or it could be made of gold, that's fine. Desks that are there where you're going to sit, and there's a beautiful, lovely chair so you can sit, and after you receive your records, you could either, it could be a book, or it could be virtual, so maybe you put a headset on and you're just like kind of scrolling through it. Or it could be, yeah, like a really, really old book and it's like written in calligraphy. Or it could be glowing. Maybe it's like a green glowing book with this magic ink that just kind of appears. So however it's gonna appear to you. Or maybe your audio, so you have the book, but you're gonna listen to it if you're more an auditory learner, sorry. But if you are visual, you might just see with pictures coming off of the pages for your answer. So by now she should have given you and found your records, and you're just going to say thank you, and you're going to find a place where you can sit, and today you are the only one in the records, so you have the whole place to yourself. Find a great seat, sit down, and if you have a book, open it. Look at the book. How does it look? How does it feel? Are there words in the book, or is it that it's blank but then the information is just imparted to you? So just take notice of how the information is going to come in for you. And whatever your question was when you came in here, I want you to ask that. So if you had just a general question like, is there anything I need to know for right now? Or what do I need to know about my next steps? What do I need to know about, is there any ways I'm blocking myself? And how am I doing learning my lessons? That sort of thing. So you're just going to spend some time and just notice, what are you getting? What are you sensing? And the record keepers, so if you're having trouble interpreting, you can ask for a guide to come over to help interpret for you. But you should be able to interpret yourself. But if not, like if you need validation and that's what you're seeing or sensing, then you can ask for an Akashic record keeper to point to you maybe the page where your answer is, or explain to you how it's coming in for you. And if you want to journal your answers, that would be great. So you could etherically write down your answers, and then when you leave the records, you could write it down in your journal in your room. So whatever questions that you're having, did another question pop up while you were there? Because while you're here, you might as well ask. So maybe you want to ask about your relationships, and is there anything you need to know about them? And see what you get. See if there's anything that you need to improve upon. What do you get there? And then if you're wondering about your purpose or a career, or if you're something that you want to do, and if you're feeling kind of stuck, you can ask about that and see what appears, or what comes into your mind, or what you're hearing if you're listening to the records. And then maybe you want to ask about, there's something that you're kind of like, you're afraid to ask. So just be brave, be bold. Maybe there's something you're worried about, like your health or something. So you can ask about your health. There's anything you need to do to improve your health. And then just write down what you're getting. Perfect. So remember, these are your records. So at any point when you're feeling like you have more questions on your life and you need to be in a place where it just feels very high vibe, quiet, and magical, and just where you can gain the highest knowledge you can come back here, okay? Awesome. So I'm gonna give you another minute there just to see what you get. Whatever answers are coming in for you about whatever your question was. Just allow that answer to fully come in. And then when you're done, you're going to either close the book or turn off the audio. If you had little earbuds in, you're gonna take those out. If you had a headset on and you were kind of seeing flashes of pictures of things, you're going to take that off. Or if you had all three, that's fine. You're gonna, any of those, you're just going to take them back over to the librarian, and you're going to thank her or him for your records and ask for her to put them back. And so she's going to do that, and you're going to turn to leave, and you're going to thank the record keepers if anyone has assisted you during this session. You're going to thank them, and you're going to go out the library's door, sorry, and close it behind you. And then you're going to feel yourself slowly come down, as if you're coming down into this realm and back into fully your body, and wiggle your toes, wiggle your feet, shake your arms. And go ahead and grab your journal and then just write down some of the things that you got. And then you might even think of, oh, I should have asked this. Well, you can ask that next time. So this is just a mini session to visit the Akashic Records. I hope you got some good insight. And if you would like to book an Akashic Records reading with me, I'm really good at interpreting, of course, with your consent. So if you're having trouble reading your records, I am definitely one of the guides there to help you, to assist you, interpret them for you. So you can reach out for an Akashic Records session with me. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.